Well, hello Leeds United fans, hope you're doing fantastically well. It is just a quick one from me. What's going on in your world? I just thought I'd chase up and say hello. Sometimes I don't normally go 1 or 2 days without doing a video. I was going to do a couple of watch-alongs today for the Burnley. I was going to do a couple of watch-alongs today for the Burnley and Sheffield United game, but I thought, do you know what? It's a bit of family time, it's always good, isn't it? But yeah, listen. Thoughts on today then, lads and lasses. I came into this weekend fully expecting Burnley to get the result, Sheffield United to get the result. So right now, I'm sort of quite happy at that. I know it sounds ridiculous, and you saw Sheffield United scoring in the last 10 minutes, which is just, you know, water is wet sort of thing. I did watch a lot of that game, and I thought Sheffield United would be more comfortable. I did watch it, and I thought, right, they're going to absolutely steamroll this lot. Luton just look abysmal at the minute. And I actually thought in that first half, Sheffield United had reverted back to what Sheffield United were, which pre-Middlesbrough hasn't been great. Really struggling to get the passing combinations, struggling to get a grip of the game, control, tempo. And Luton, I thought, were unlucky. You know, they hit the woodwork, didn't they? Sheffield United came back with a Ben Brereton Diaz strike in the 50th minute, which hit the woodwork. And then at the end, obviously, they got that goal, and it was coming. It was coming. I thought they got a little bit more control in the second half. Interesting how at the start, though, something to bear in mind, something to keep an eye on. Gus Harmer, I'm not 100% sure if he came on, but he was out of this game. Vinny Souza did come on, but Gus Harmer's an interesting one to keep an eye on, because in that Borough game, he was feeling that hamstring, and he would not stop feeling that hamstring for the last, for the last 20 minutes, I think it was. One to keep an eye on with him, because as a sufferer of hamstring injuries throughout my entire footballing career per se, those things don't just go away no matter how many times you massage them. If you just take that little bit of an extra sprint in a football game, it doesn't matter how many massages you get on it, you've got to be extremely careful, and you actually need time away, especially if you're feeling it like he was. I just thought to myself in that game against Borough, when he started feeling it, and I've done that so many times, you need rest, you need time away from it. So keep an eye on Gus Harmer, but you know, we'll get into that in just a little bit. But something, you know, Burnley drawing as well. Good news for us. I mean, just watched it again. They should have had a goal, I felt, during the game. They were unlucky, but my God, it's horrific to watch, and it does make you wonder, you know, if they are to just drop a little bit, and you know, you maybe get Sunderland, Sheffield United, and Leeds, you know, pedalling down and hitting that accelerator at some stage this season, and all of us start to go a little bit, and Burnley start to drop even further. Not that they have dropped, by the way, but you do start to wonder. I wonder if the fans are going to get a little bit more annoyed with that, a little bit more narked off at Parker Ball, because it is just horrific to watch. There's nothing else to be said about it, really. Better team today against Preston, but it's just awful to watch. But you know, you've done your deal with your devil, haven't you? Deal with the devil, really. And I actually think Sheffield United have as well. When you look at how, you know, in my opinion, how bad they are at watching that Sheffield United team. I don't think they're great to watch at all. Burnley the exact same, but you don't win leagues like that. You know, you don't win leagues just having to play beautiful football all the time. But I am more and more watching this Leeds side, the Sheffield United side, the Burnley side, and Sunderland side, and thinking to myself, we are definitely the most adaptable to Premier League football, 100%. You know, in my personal opinion, I get the whole thing with Burnley of being defensively solid and taking that to the Premier League, as opposed to what they were under Vincent Kompany, which was porous. They were, you know, it's like a sieve, wasn't it? Anytime a team came through, they were going to score, and also he didn't adapt. So I get it from that standpoint, but I'm just not convinced with Scott Parker. At all. I don't think he's going to utilise Marcus Edward to his fullest extent as well. And yeah, I just wonder about him in the Premier League. Maybe they'll get a couple more draws if they do get up, blah, blah, blah. But by the by, let's move on quickly to what's going to be going on Monday night on the back of this. So obviously Leeds are now 4 points clear. Superior goal difference, obviously the best goal difference in Europe at the minute. Sheffield United go top right now. look, overall, people will ask me about this, and it's almost like you see it. So now you've seen Sheffield United top, so it's like, would you take second? And it's like, yeah, 100%. I mean, we are, in my opinion, we are the best team in the league, and I think any neutral with a sane brain would say the exact same. You know, you can speak to the most staunch Sheffield United, Burnley, Sunderland fan right now. Leeds United, the best team in the division. So for me, we deserve to be top. And I think we will become Monday night, but we deserve to be top. And I think we are the best team. So overall, that'll equal itself out in terms of, you know, us creating the most XG, having the most passes, the most touches, everything, every metric we're top of. That will equal itself out over a season. You know, 99% of times it does. And that's why teams try to dominate these stats and work on things which, you know, heighten the stats. So yeah, look, I'm not. I mean, we're just chatting with the old man there, and I'm not worried really about Monday night. I know we're coming up against a team who I've given a lot of respect to on this channel, a hell of a lot of respect to. I think they're a good footballing team. I think they've got a lot of good players in there. I've loved how that Moneyball strategy they've had for years is now coming to the fore. A lot of the youngsters have developed into men and are now taking on that mantle, and once again the recruitment is just unbelievable. It really is at Sunderland, and Mundell being back in, Romain Mundell, Regis Labrisa said that he's going to feature as well, which means Enzo Lafay is 100% going to go centrally, which is much better for Sunderland now, especially with the sort of 10 to 15 games left. 14, 15 games left in it. So something to keep an eye on there when it comes to them, how that's going to develop. Will it, you know, land straight away? I don't think so. I think it's going to take some getting used to when it goes to Enzo Lafay in that central spot. But he's a top operator at this level, a top operator. So that will be dangerous for Leeds United on Monday night. I think they're going to have lots of threats. I think Sirkin's brilliant. I think Tri Hume is a player that I wanted at Leeds United when we're looking for a right back before Bogle. Mentioned it on the rumour mill 890 times. Bellingham, Rigg through that middle are quality operators at this level. Leeds are probably, in my opinion, going to face the toughest test of the season. But I just think we're too good. I think we're too good. I think Sunderland are probably Leeds light. I think we have more at our disposal. I think, you know, we are ridiculous at home. We're better at home than we are away. The partnership that you've got up front now with Solomon and Peru and James is just outstanding. And the difference, I think, between Leeds last year and this year is Tanaka. I think Tanaka is the best player in this division, and it's all well and good talking about, and you know, Enzo Lafay this, Enzo Lafay that, and I think what you've got to bear in mind is Enzo Lafay, albeit on the circuit in Europe, he'll have come up against players like this, but in the Championship, he will not have come up against the partnership at like Tanaka and Ampadu. So that's going to be a little bit of a coming of age for him. I think Enzo Lafay will test Tanaka and Ampadu. I do think that, and I mentioned those two because I think they're our best midfield too, and I think they'll be in the middle on Monday night. But you know, I think overall, when you look at it right now, I think Sunderland are going to be Leeds' toughest test. But I think at Ellen Road, I think we're just going to be too strong for them. I think they'll put up a good fight. I think they'll have spells where they're the better team. But unlike some of the teams that we've seen at Ellen Road this year, you know, Sheffield United being one who didn't lay a glove on us, I think Sunderland are going to be that team who are going to punch back. And it's, what do you do if you're Sunderland? Do you come and sit in? Because if you do sit in, then I think Leeds have developed a little bit in terms of, for me, pressing out wide a hell of a lot more aggressively in this second half of the season. I think post Blackburn Rovers draw, I think Daniel Farke has actively said to the lads, take the handbrake off and press out wide. You've seen that evidence in the stats. James's ball recoveries in the final third's gone up. Solomon's got the highest ball recoveries in the final third in the league. And obviously you're getting Joel Peru right now, it has to be said, scoring more than he did you know, pre this change. So it's working in everybody's favour right now tactically. So for me, Leeds are strong, and I think the last two games in particular, but you can throw Cardiff in there as well. Cardiff at Ellen Road even last season were a massive problem. First game of the season, scored 2. They were absolutely diabolical, and they always seem to, when they play Leeds. I've never known a Cardiff side play up against Leeds United and be like a lovely ball playing side. But obviously they played against Leeds United and they you know, they scored twice and got a draw out of that one. I personally believe that win was massive for Leeds because they'd gone 8 unbeaten under the new boss. They had a little bit of form, and they came to our road and we stuck 7 past them. Coventry, the arc there with Lampard, we went there and took the ball off them for 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? Watford again really struggled there last season, should have lost the game. Went down there, scored 4, do you know what I mean, in probably the performance of the season. So there's a lot of context for me that needs to be applied with Leeds United right now. We are in a flow state. We are just looking aggressive. We're hounding teams down. And I think maybe you're coming up against 2 teams here. Maybe in Sheffield United at home. I don't know if they're going to do this. I'm just going to use them as the first example, who are maybe going to try pass it out from the back. I think if they do that, they're signing a death warrant at the minute with how aggressive we are against back lines. And Coventry and Watford are just examples of that. You know, back lines who tried to play pretty football out from the back and just got destroyed. I think Sheffield United, I don't know if they're going to try build up from the back, out from the back. You know, obviously get the central midfielders to come deep and start playing out from that period. I don't know. They might do, but if they do that, I think it could be good night for Vienna for them, even Leeds away from home. And then just coming a little bit before that to the Sunderland game, I think Sunderland are a better team on the ball than Sheffield United, so it'll be trickier for Leeds. But I think the traps that we're going to set are going to be difficult for them to get out. And I actually think I'd be fine with both of those teams having the ball. They can have the ball. What Leeds have shown now is when we don't have the ball, we look even more frightening when it comes to counter-attacks. You know, and you've seen that evidence by the wins that we've had when we've had, you know, 39 to 45% possession. Leeds have still looked crazy good on that counter-attack. So there's a lot of things that need to be taken into account here. It's a massive result, Burnley today. It really is a big result for Leeds. You know, you do look at how this is going to be playing out in the future. And, you know, you look at how, you know, a Burnley going to be, it's going to switch all the time. This is why I really struggled the other day saying that Leeds are going to, you know, any team right now who drops a significant amount of points is going to be out the race because there's 14 games left. There's so many points to play for. But I just have to be honest right now. I think we beat Sunderland. And I think any way they come up against us, I don't see how they win the game. They try put it on us a little bit. Well, you put it on us, you're just going to get burnt. And then you try sit in a low block against us. I think we've figured that out now. And I think this is why you've seen Leeds go to a little bit of a different level in the last sort of couple of months. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Happy with today's results. Are you nervous now? Obviously Leeds in second. I'm not really that bothered about us being in second. Even if Sheffield United go up and as champions, I'd feel a bit aggrieved, I have to say, because I think we're just a better team than them. But we'd see that in the Premier League anyway, because I think one would stay up and one would go down. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you think Leeds will wrap this one up? How are you feeling about Sunderland and Sheffield United coming up? I'm happy about playing them. If other teams can't do it, you know, you've looked Sheffield United in particular. You look at Luton today. Can you see that game over the line? First year of parachute payments. You've not lost that many bodies since coming down from the Premier League. To put in a showing like that in the last 10-15 minutes where you've just collapsed, I just think, come on. So it looks like we're gonna have to do the dirty work. We're gonna have to take Sunderland and Sheffield United out. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe. See you soon.